So, welcoming you all to this structural analysis class. So, particularly about influence lines. So, in this unit, we have seen influence line for determinate structures. We already have seen about influence line for simply supported beam and cantilever beams. In this video, we will see how to obtain the influence line for the overhanging beam. As we all already discussed about the influence lines for simply supported and cantilever beam, it will be very easy to understand the influence line concept for the overhanging beam. Let us see now. So consider a overhanging beam A, D, B, E, C, where A, B are the support points. D is the point of interest where we are going to draw the shear force and bending moment, and E is in the overhanging portion, and C is that overhanging end. So beam, so this is the beam with unit load between A and B. So while solving the derivation, we will see what are the loading positions. So in the overhanging beam, there are two possible loading positions. One in the span, that is AB, and the other in the overhanging portion, that is BC. So first arriving a influence line diagram for reaction RA. For obtaining the reaction for RA, we have to place the unit load in portion AB. So consider this. This is the AB portion. We are placing the unit load here. So the distance between the support and the loading position B, X. So unit load and the distance between the unit load and the reaction is X. So moving on to this. So now take the moment about RB, because so now we have to take the moment about B because we need the reaction RA. If you want to obtain the reaction for RB, then you have to take moment about A. So first we are drawing an influence line diagram for RA. We are going to take moment about this support B. So I have added a note here. So while taking moment, what will be the equation? RA. So taking moment about B, RA into L, that is the distance of the beam, minus 1 into, that is the unit load, L minus X. So L is the total length and X is this distance. So RA into L minus 1 into L minus X, because RA is in clockwise direction and that unit load is in anti-clockwise direction. Solving this, we can get RA into L is equal to L minus X, and RA is equal to L minus X by L. So it is given directly and it is a linear variation. Now we can substitute the boundary conditions. So what are the boundary conditions? When X is equal to 0, when X is equal to 0, we can obtain the ordinate at this point A. So when X is equal to 0, substitute X is equal to 0, then it will become L by L, which is equal to 1. So RA is equal to 1. So what is the next maximum boundary condition? X is equal to L. So that is up to A to B. So when X is equal to L, L minus L divided by L, which becomes 0. So this is for the condition when the unit load is in portion AB. So if the unit load is placed in this portion BC as shown in figure 2.5D, that is initially the load was considered to be in the span AB. Now for next condition, it is being placed in the overhanging portion BC. So from the overhanging end to the unit load where it is applied, the distance is taken as X. So now taking moment about B. So while taking moment about B, here we introduce a term A. It is nothing but this overhanging length. So let A be the overhanging length and X is given here. So what will be the RA into L is equal to While taking moment about B, RA into L, RA into L minus 1 into A minus X. So solving this, RA is equal to minus A minus X by L. So taking moment about B and solve the reaction for RA. So now we can apply this boundary condition when X is equal to 0, that is at this tip end, because we have taken the X from C to the loading point. So when X is equal to 0, RA is equal to, X will become 0 and it will be minus A by L. When X is equal to A, that is the maximum condition for this overhanging span. So it is that length A. So A minus A by L, which is equal to 0. So RA equal to 0. So now we have obtained the ILD for RA, marking these points. When X is equal to 0, RA equal to 1. When X equal to L, RA equal to 0. In the overhanging portion, when X is equal to 0, RA is minus A by L, that is negative. And when X is equal to A, RA is equal to 0. So this is the final influence line diagram for the reaction RA in a overhanging beam. So next one is to find out the influence line diagram for reaction RB. So considering the same, the unit load is in portion AB. Already we have find out RA is equal to L minus X by L by using the equation of equilibrium, that is summation of V equal to 0, that we can take it as RA plus RB equal to 1. So minusing this, subtracting this 1 minus L minus X by L, we will get X by L. So which is also a linear variation. So I'm repeating it here. How we obtained RA means. So it is RB. How we obtained RB means it is nothing but we use the equilibrium equation summation of V equal to 0, which indicates that RA plus RB equal to 1. We already know the value for RA, and substituting this here, we will get RB. This is RB. RB equal to X by L. So substituting the boundary conditions, when X is equal to 0, it will become RB equal to 0. When X is equal to L, RB equal to 1. Similarly, when the load is in the overhanging position, we already have RA is equal to minus A minus X by L. Again, by using the equilibrium equation, that is summation of V equal to 0, put 1 minus of minus A minus X by L. So solving this, we will get L plus A minus X divided by L, which is shown here. So RB is equal to L plus A minus X by L, which is also a linear variation. So substituting the boundary condition, when X is equal to 0, it will be L plus A by L. When X is equal to A, it will be L by L, which is equal to 1. So plotting these values, when X is equal to 0, RB is equal to 0. When X is equal to L, RB is 1. So HB is equal to L at B, and marking the ordinate as 1. So when X is equal for overhanging position, when X is equal to 0, RB is L plus A by L. So L plus A by L. When X is equal to A, RB is equal to 1. So it is a linear variation. This is the final influence line diagram for the reaction RB. So next, influence line diagram for shear force at D. So just I'm scrolling up. So where to know where the point D is. See here, and a section, that is area of interest or section, from where we have to find out the shear force and bending moment. So we have marked this point as D. Now we are going to draw the influence line diagram for shear force and bending moment about this point D. So ILD for shear force about D. So here we consider three loading positions. That is when unit load is in, so I'm explaining it here. Unit load is within this AD, position number 1, and unit load is within these points D and B, position number 2, and position number 3 is loading us in the overhanging portion. So ILD for FD. When the unit load is in portion AD. So it is a previous to the area of the interest section. So we can take a shear force is summation of the vertical force. So we can take either the right hand side or left hand side. If we take the right hand side, FD is equal to shear force is equal to minus RB, which is equal to, already we have find out the RB value is H by L, which indicate that the shear force about D is equal to minus H by L, which is also a linear variation. Now substituting the boundary conditions, H is equal to 0, that is starting point, is equal to, which gives shear force is equal to 0. So this is nothing but in our regular classes we will take this value as H. So up to that point D, up to this point D, they have taken the distance from the A to D as Z. So when H is equal to Z, FD is equal to minus Z by L. So next moving on to the second loading portion, that is D to B. So again taking shear force about the point D, that is summation of the vertical forces, it gives RA. The loading will be here. So we can take either RA or we can take RB minus 1. So which one is easier? Taking RA is easier. So RA. We already had the value for RA and we know it is L minus X by L, which is a linear variation, and applying the boundary condition. So where we have stopped when X is equal to Z. Now starting with again at the same point, when X is equal to Z, the shear force is equal to, substitute Z in place of X, what it will become? L minus Z by L. When X is equal to L, that is the point B, L minus L by 0. Sorry, L minus L by L, which is equal to 0. Next, moving on to the third load position, that is in the overhanging portion. So, which is similar to this loading case. So, however, the loading portion here, we are taking shear force about the point D. So, same, the shear force will be RA. So RA, but here the value of RA is not L minus H by L, because see what we have used in RA. See, for the span it is L minus H by L. For overhanging portion it is minus A minus H by L. So substituting it there. So FD is equal to RA, which is minus A minus H by L, which is a linear variation. Now substituting, what are the limits? H is equal to 0, it is minus A by L. And when H is equal to A, it will become 0. So now plotting these values. First starting with H is equal to 0, FD equal to 0. Next, H is equal to Z, FD is equal to minus Z by L. So this is at the distance Z and it is minus Z by L. So next, when H is equal to Z, it is L minus Z by L. That is positive shear force, that is L minus Z by L. And when H is equal to 0, it is minus A by L. It is marked here. And when H is equal to A, FD is 0. So connecting all those points, we get the influence line diagram for shear force about point D. So by joining all those points, we get the influence line diagram for shear force about the point D. Next, moving on to influence line diagram for bending moment M about D. So similarly, we will consider the three loading position, starting with when the unit load is in portion AD. Taking moment about point D, we can take either right hand side or left hand side. So this is the loading condition A to D. Um, so this is distance X, Z. So the from A to D is it is Z. So RB into if the loading is here, we can take RA into Z minus 1 into Z minus X, that and all. So if we take the left hand portion, it will be minus RB into L minus Z. Minus RB into L minus Z. So already we have value for RB, that is H by L. Substituting this, when applying the boundary condition, when H is equal to 0, it will become, here we substitute 0. So anything multiplied by 0 will become 0. So moment about point D is 0. When H is equal to Z, moment about point D is Z by L into L minus Z. So when the loading portion is between D and B, so in between this D point and B point, so we can take easily where we are omitting the loading point. We can take this right left hand side, that is RA into Z. So the distance between the support and the section is Z. So RA into Z. We already have the equation for RA as L minus H by L and Z. So it is a linear variation. Then applying the boundary condition, where we have stopped, X is equal to Ez. So starting from that, X is equal to Ez, substitute X is equal to Ez. The equation will become L minus Ez divided by L into Z. So next boundary condition is, here we have, up to here we have completed. Next moving on to X equal to L. When X is equal to L, this equation will become L minus L divided by L into Z. So L minus L will become 0. Ultimately, the moment about the point D will become 0. So next, what is the third loading condition? The load will be placed in the overhanging span, that is BC. So now the load is here and taking moment about point MD. So considering the right hand side and left hand side, solving left hand side will be easier. So RA into Z, which is same as that of the previous loading condition. However, here the value of RA differs, that is minus of A minus H by L into Z. So again substituting the boundary condition, when H is equal to 0, it will become minus A by L into Z. When H is equal to A, the moment it will become 0. So plotting all these values, Z by L into L minus Z by L, which is in positive direction, and the overhanging portion it is minus A by L. So far we have completed the influence line diagram for RB, RA, shear force about D and shear force bending moment about D. So next moving on to shear force about E. That is when the load is in loading overhanging portion. So when the load is in overhanging portion, the beam will behave like a cantilever beam. So try to recall to obtain how to obtain the influence line for a cantilever beam. So it will be of already we have seen it in the previous video. So it will be of intensity 1 or rectangle. For bending moment, it will be of, so it will be same as that of the cantilever beam. It is nothing but Z1. So for when the load is in the overhanging portion, the overhanging beam will behave like a cantilever, and the influence line, corresponding influence line diagrams will be like this. For shear force, it will be a rectangle of intensity 1, and for bending moment, it will be an inverted triangle. Let us solve a sum using this influence line diagram for a overhanging beam. So note down this sum. Draw influence lines for reaction at A, that is RA, reaction at B, that is RB, shear force at D, FD, bending moment at D, MD, shear force at E, FE, and bending moment at E, ME. So the beam is overhanging at both ends as shown in following figure. So the figure is given. So while deriving, we have seen the overhanging portion on one side. Here the beam is overhanging on double side. So let us solve one by one, starting from ILD for RA. So for calculating the ILD, consider section X at a distance of X from C and apply a unit load at X. So here section X is considered and taking moment about that point, which gives RA into A, taking moment about the point B. RA into 8, we will write it as RA into 8 minus 1 into, this one is 8 plus 2, 10 minus this distance, yes. So minus 1 into 10 minus x. So moving that 10 minus x to the opposite to the equal to sign. So RA is equal to 10 minus x by 8. So this equation is valid for all positions of unit load from C to F. So this reaction A is same for all position of unit load. So we have to apply the boundary conditions. So starting with x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, it will be here. So when x is equal to 0, what will be the value? It will be 1.25. Mark the ordinate as 1.25. When x is equal to 2 meter, that is at point A. When x is equal to 2 meter, that is 10 minus 2 divided by 8, which is equal to 1. So under A, it will be intensity, that is RA ordinate, influence line ordinate will be 1. Next, 2 plus 8, that is 10 meter. That is when x is equal to 10 meter, 10 minus 10 divided by 8, which is equal to 0. So at B, the influence line ordinate is 0. So next, moving on to point F, where x is equal to 2 plus 8 plus 2, which is equal to 12 meter. So 10 minus 12 divided by 8, that is minus 2 by 8, minus 0.25. So we have obtained the influence line diagram for RA. So next, influence line diagram for RB. So now taking moments about A. RB into 8 minus 1 into this distance is x and we need this one. So x minus 2. So RB into 8 equal to 1 into x minus 2, where RB is equal to x minus 2 by 8. So this equation is valid for all positions of unit load from C to F. Similarly, what we have done in RA, we have to done it again. So obtaining the boundary conditions, applying the boundary conditions, x is equal to 0, RB is equal to minus 0.25 and x is equal to 2, RB is 0, and x is equal to 10, it will be 1, RB is 1, and x is equal to 12, RB is equal to 1.25 meter. So plotting these values, we will get the shape of influence line diagram as shown in figure 2.31. So we have completed the influence line diagram for RA and RB. Now moving on to influence line diagram for shear force about point D. Where is point D? It is here. So we are going to find out shear force about point D. So when the unit load is in portion CD, that is just prior to the section D. So what is the distance? It is shown, it is 3 meter, 2 meter. So 0 to 5 meter. The limit is 0 to 5 meter. So H is equal to 0 to 5 meter. So shear force is nothing but the summation of vertical forces. FD is equal to either, so it is an anti-clockwise, minus RB or plus RA minus 1. So which is easier? We will take RB. So minus RB, which is equal to 2 minus H by 8. Substitute the boundary condition. H is equal to 0, FD equal to plus 0.25. And when H is equal to 2, FD equal to 0. Here we won't take H is equal to 10 meter here, because this equation is valid up to H equal to 0 to 5 meters. So substitute H is equal to 5, which gives the shear force is equal to minus 0.375. So we have completed the first loading position. Then moving on to the loading position DF. That is H is equal to 5 to 12 meter. That is throughout the length. So when we take the shear force, it will be minus RA. Already we have H minus 10. This is 10 minus H by 8. This is not minus RA. This is plus RA, because RA is in upward direction. So substituting the limit starting from H is equal to 5, shear force at D will be 0.625, and when H is equal to 10, it will be FD equal 10 minus 10 will become 0, and maximum value H is equal to 12 is equal to shear force equal to 0.25. So by plotting these as a functions of graph, we obtain the influence line diagram for shear force about point D. So next, influence line diagram for MD, that is moment about the section D. So again, considering the three loading cases, first one when the unit load is in position CD, that is 0 to 5 meter. So taking moment about that point D, it will be RB into, taking moment about that point D, it will be RB into 5 meter. RB into 5 meter. We already have RB value as H minus 2 by 8. So it will be 5 into H minus 2 by 8. So applying the boundary condition, H is equal to 0. Moment about D was minus 1.25. When H is equal to 2, moment about D is equal to 0. When H is equal to 5 meter, moment about D is equal to 1.875. So moving on to the second loading position, the load is placed between D to F, that is 5 to 12 meter. So MD is equal to, check, MD is equal to, so the load will be here. So it is difficult to consider these sides. So let us consider the left hand side. It will be RA into 3. So RA into 3, we already have the value for RA is 10 minus X divided by 8 into 3. So substituting the limits, H is equal to 5, MD is equal to 1.875, and when H is equal to 10, MD is equal to 0. And when H is equal to 12, MD is minus 0.75. When we plot the ordinates, we will get the shape of influence line diagram for bending moment as shown in the figure. So next we are going to find out for ILD for FE. So that is 0 to 11 meters. So we then nothing but we have to check what is the loading portion. See, E is 1 meter from the overhanging end, that is F. So we can divide it into 2, that is 0 to 11 meter and 11 to 12 meter. So when the unit load is in portion CD, X is equal to 0 to 11 meter, the shear force will be equal to 0. When it is equal to 11 to 12, shear force will be equal to 1. So I have said it will behave similar to a cantilever beam. And for cantilever beam, the shear force will be equal to of intensity ordinate will be 1. So for bending moment, it will be of 1 unit and it will be in negative direction. So when the loading is in the overhanging portion, it will become like a cantilever beam. So we can take the shape of the influence line diagram of cantilever beam for the overhanging portion. So let us see some more sums in the regular class. Thank you, students.